Okay, heading to Jiu-jitsu. We're about to compete. It's Warrior Wednesday right now. Warrior Wednesday is in 1 hour and a half training session where we just do non-stop rolls. And it's actually really good for cardio, and I need it because in about 2.5 weeks I compete at a superfight, currently weighing around 225, and I weigh in at 215 the day before. But after I take a dump, I'm around 221. So I think if I were to cut water weight, I could get down to 217 right now. So I probably need to run a little bit more and eat a little bit less. The thing is, I run about 3 to 6 miles a day. So it's probably a diet thing. I do like to eat late at night, and that's not always the best thing, but I can cut that out.
1 minute, this is the last situational training. Ready? Go!
Disclaimer, I'm relatively inexperienced in new to Jiu-Jitsu. I've been doing it for about 4 or 5 years now. Obviously, I'm not very technical, and I'm just gonna let you guys know that breaking down my practice footage is part of the process for me to get better. And it's okay if my opponents see this, because I really don't care at this moment. If they learn what to do to counter me, it'll just make me evolve and get better so I can beat them. So let's do this, let's get better, and let's analyze this practice footage very briefly for the sake of this vlog. We're starting off class with situational training, and what that means is we start rolling from a position that we may find ourselves in when competing. So in this situation, I start off fully mounted, and I'm trying to stay as attached to Professor Chad as possible, because if he flips me over, he can apply pressure to me and I'm in trouble. Moving on. Now it's my turn to pass. So I started practicing Toreando passing to get around my opponent. I'm going against a white belt who's a lot less experienced than I am, so it's a really great time for me to apply my technique without exerting my athleticism to create scrambles. Right now I'm in side control, and I'm looking to get a gift wrap to take my opponent's back, and if that doesn't work, I'll pull him to the side to go for a darce. So right now I'm attacking his arm. Oh, looks like I mount him to go for some kind of triangle. Didn't work out, so I switched to the other side. Now you can see that I'm gift wrapping him, and I throw him into a body triangle. The body triangle applies a lot of pressure on his stomach while I go for a rear naked choke submission. This is my boy Chris. He is a vegan and very powerful despite not eating meat. So we're going inside ties. I decide to attack his inside leg, miss, and I make him shoot and go for his back. I'm applying a lot of downward pressure on his butt to keep him from scrambling out, or he wants to sit out. Now, while I look for an opening on his neck, I'm applying a lot of downward pressure still. I can't throw my feet over to get hooks just yet. Circling around his back. I still don't feel comfortable enough to throw my hooks in. He decides to sit out, and I try rolling him to get hooks in, still fail to get the hooks in. I've got one hook in now. I'm messing around with his neck to try to get him distracted. Okay, now I have both hooks in. I take him down to take his back. I try throwing a body triangle on there, and Chris is notorious for having no neck, so it's really difficult to choke this guy out. And for the next 2 minutes, I'm speeding this up right now. For the next 2 minutes, I'm hunting for an opening on his neck, and I don't get one. So I finally turn him over, try reestablishing that body triangle. It's not working. Got a small grip on his neck to frustrate him, but really he's chilling. I'm actually tiring myself out, and I think there's a better way to figure out how to find this guy's neck, but I'm just not at that point yet. So we're rolling again. Okay, this time I'm on top of him. I've got his back. I gotta do a really good job of keeping my pressure on top of him so he doesn't flip me over. Really trying to retain his back. And that's it. That's the training session for today.
Man, I keep losing hair. I'm gonna go bald, man. I guess it means I need to cut it, but I don't want to. We'll see. What do you guys think?
Just came back from Jiu-Jitsu, showered, ate some food. Now we're about to hit up the computer and do some editing. I've got a lot of footage with my friend Joe Durkheising. He is a professional Jiu-Jitsu who is a physicist by day with BP, and by night he totally destroys his competition, including me. He like ragdolls me. He's like a 6'5" no-gi champion. We're about to edit some of his no-gi techniques so that, you know, guys like me can learn and get better.
Something that's on my mind. I just broke it off with a girl I've been talking to for a couple of weeks, and you know, I feel overall like I made the right decision. Obviously there's some emotional turmoil, but that's normal. Anyway, the reason why I broke it off was we had differences in faith, and she was open to learning about my faith, but I've been in that situation and I don't want to convert someone to a faith that they don't already have themselves. And also, I wasn't willing to invest additional time in a relationship that I didn't know for certain would be there in the future. Unlike my business, my friends, and my family, who I know for certain will always be in my future. So, it's a little backstory for today.
We're headed to Alpha Land right now to get a weightlifting session in. I'm gonna meet up with my bro, Ibrahim. He's half Indian, half Italian, monster, purple belt. You know, really good friend of mine that I do jiu-jitsu with. You know, a question I've been asking myself recently is, what keeps me from content creating? What is that fear? Because it is some kind of fear. I have this fear that what I have to share is not relevant and it doesn't matter. That whatever I have to say, that it's not valid. And I think that's stupid. Honestly, I've been freelancing so much that I forgot that I need to create content for myself, that one of my goals was to create my own brand, to share my own personality, to make my own mark. And I really think that to do that, I need to post on YouTube and share. So I'm gonna overcome this fear, overcome the stupid fear of not being relevant with what I have to say and just talk, man, just, you know.
Okay, so let's get this party started. So for those of you who don't know, I try to work out twice a day. Once is a cardio / weightlifting session, and the second time is jiu-jitsu.
Gonna hit it with Jay now. I don't know what we're doing, but deadlifts, cleans, whatever, bro, whatever. We're gonna get this pump regardless.
So right now we're at Alpha Land. Alpha Land is a huge facility created by Christian Guzman, and a lot of influencers come here to work out. I kind of like the vibe because everyone's so motivated to work out. You have good friendly faces, good motivation. So I like to start off my workouts with pull-ups because my lats tend to be underdeveloped and they're the first to go away when I don't work out. Next, I'll do chest dips. Chest dips are a great body workout for strengthening your own pecs. I'm a huge advocate for lifting your own body weight. If you can do that, you'll be pound for pound very strong in your weight class. With the warm-ups done, I'm going straight to deadlifts and power cleans. So I put a weight belt on to make sure that my lumbar is supported, and I use this little contraption right here to lift the barbell off the floor and change the racks. It's really useful so that you don't have to manually lift one side of the barbell and then put the weight on and then do the same for the other. Okay, so when it comes to deadlifting, make sure that there's no slack in your arms when you're pulling the barbell off of the floor. Make sure that your core is tight and your chest is up and you're pushing with your butt and your quads. To make this a little harder, I switched this deadlift into a power clean where I basically do an upright row and catch the bar up on my chest. Now we got a little camera work action going. I'm holding the camera while EB is lifting, so we got a little more motion. EB's really strong. He can lift a lot more weight than me for his size. Okay, so now we got a little more action. You can see my form. I'm trying to keep my core tight. See how there's no slack in my arms as I'm picking the barbell up. So a power clean is a compound workout with multiple components in the workout. So you have the deadlift, you have the upright row, and then you have like the snatch part. Now we're getting some upright rows in. This is really good for the shoulders and for the traps.
Look, I'm gonna make Jay's face. I do make that face.
It's funny because I make this weird face whenever I lift heavy. I like stick my tongue out. It's kind of stupid. Okay, with the workout almost done, we're gonna go check my weight. Remember, I have a super fight coming up in a couple weeks, so let's see if I'm within the cutting range for the night before.
Alright, so my super fight's in like 2 weeks. I gotta weigh in at 215 the night before. We're about to see how much I weigh. 221.4, which means I have 6 pounds to cut the night before. I don't know how much water weight I can cut. I do know when I take a dump, when I have poop inside me, I weigh like 3 pounds heavier. So I definitely need like a diuretic or something. Whose back is stronger?
Definitely mine.
Pound for pound, pound for pound.
This guy said pound for pound. He knows I'm stronger, you know.
that is a wrap. Thank you guys for watching this vlog. This really is a pretty good representation of an average weekday. Obviously there's variations, but I love this stuff. This is what I live for, and I can't wait for you guys to check out more videos.